having a great day so far. It's still kind of bright and early here, so I have my cup of coffee to keep me company, and I'm going to share with you today my number 2 weight loss tip, and that is tracking what you eat. Writing down, journaling your food intake. And this has been huge for me in my personal weight loss. Whenever I find that I am tracking, I'm writing it down, and being really conscious of what I'm eating and how much I'm eating, that I lose weight. It just happens. And when I kind of go a little more freestyling, just kind of doing whatever, eating healthy, and it just doesn't work for me. And studies have actually shown that if you change one thing, make it be tracking, writing down the food that you eat, and you lose weight. If people just change that one thing, they lose weight, which is amazing. And it's so simple, but it takes a little bit of time to do it. So to write down, you could just track it in a notebook. Just write down exactly what you're eating, and try to get your measurements down with it too, just so you know. It's also a good idea to track maybe water intake, if you take a multivitamin, your fruits and vegetables. And a lot of weight loss programs, if you do like a buy-in program like Weight Watchers or something else, they have a way that you do that. They have like their own kind of system for tracking. But if you'll notice, with a lot of them, this is built into those programs and systems. They want you to be keeping track of what you're eating. Because you can be eating the best food in the world, you know, but if you eat like 8 bananas a day, you're not going to lose weight. So it kind of helps you with what you're eating, but also how much when you're tracking. Another suggestion, and this is what I use my phone, an app called MyFitnessPal to track my calories. It's very simple to use, very, a lot of wealth of information and articles, and it can also track your exercise, which is great, so that it kind of just tallies what you've got so far against your running calorie total for the day, which I think is super helpful, works for me. And there are also other different apps that do that as well, like Calorie King, and I can't think of any other ones right now. But if you just go and Google, you know, calorie counter, and go to your app store and search for a calorie counter app, there are so many. You can just find one that works for you and is well reviewed and use that. Some people I also know to track their food kind of in non-traditional ways, that they take photos of every meal that they eat or every food that they eat. So that's a way that they keep themselves accountable without actually writing it all down, but it's still like a journaling method. And so that's another thought too, that you can kind of look back, and then maybe at the end of the day you can look at the pictures and see what you've been eating and kind of write it down from there and kind of estimate your calories based on that. And you can use like your Instagram or a blog as some kind of online journal to track your weight as well. A lot of people do that. I also know people that use Twitter for that, they tweet what they eat. So, you know, having half a cup of corn and, you know, a 6-ounce, you know, chicken breast for dinner with salad and green beans, and then, you know, that's just what they do for their weight loss, and it's a record, just a way that they can look back and see what they've been eating and hold themselves accountable for it too. I think what this really is a way for you to not skip out, and so it's a way for you to be accountable. So I think another great element to add into that, with as long as checking your calories, maybe you email what you've ate all day to a friend and have them kind of look it over. And just knowing that you're going to have to do that your friend or your spouse or your mom or whoever it's going to be is going to be looking at your food intake, that will probably make a big difference too. And I would highly suggest that, especially if you are in a rut. And I think I might try that this week, just to help me a little bit extra step accountable for my goals. And so that's my weight loss tip. Number 2 is to track it. If you bite it, write it down. Find a way that will journal and make sense for you to keep track of your food intake, because it's huge in weight loss, and it's the one thing that has been proven. If you only change that, you will lose weight, because you're going to be more mindful of what you're eating. Thanks, and I hope you guys have a great morning.